Creating simple projects will help you to understand how languages work. So here I have created an alarm clock, which is really simple and also interesting. Here we have a cute timer, and also from here we can select the time and alarm it and on a specific time. So here if I click alarm, it's going to be alarm at 5:04 p.m. So whenever this timer reach to this time, is going to alarm sound for us. So I don't want to test it right now. We will test it at the end of the videos. So when we set it here, this is changed to clear alarm, and if I click to clear alarm, you will see that they are you are able to click on these again, but if I click on again, you won't be able to click on again. So let's create it. I don't want to waste your time just by writing HTML and CSS, but here we will have a quick review to our HTML and CSS code. After that, we are going to dive into its fun part, which is JavaScript, and we will write it by ourselves. So here I have a simple page of the file of HTML, which I even didn't declare doc type for it. So I wrap everything into a container, which is into a div, which is its name, its class name is container. After that, we have the timer. Timer will hold this timer here, the H1. So here we have 4 drop-down lists, which we are saving these numbers inside them. But make care that here we don't have any number. We put those numbers using the JavaScript. After that, we have the AM and PM, which just have 2 options, and we don't need to declare it or set it using the JavaScript. At the end, we have this start and stop button, which it is start alarm or the alarm or clock for us. So this simple. After that, we have an HTML, a CSS file. I'm going to link it to this one, style.css. So here I have a simple, very basic CSS file, which I set the background color to this one and align everything to the center. After that, we select the timer, which is H1, and hold the timer. I set its font size to 60 and its color to this one. After that, the button, I set its cursor to the pointer. This hand you see here is called pointer. After that, I set padding to it, which from the top and the bottom is 10 pixel, and from the right and left is 15 pixel. I like to give everything a bar radius, and here I give it 2, which is 5 pixel, and also this color. So let's dive into its fun part and create a JavaScript file. So Control N. Remember that I save everything in a desktop and in not a specific folder. They are just in desktop, but you can be a good programmer and format in a folder and write your codes clear and cute, awesome. So I'm going to save this file as alarm clock.js. So I save it. Now we're done with this one. I forget to tell you that here I have an alarm sound, which we are going to use it at our codes. So first of all, we need to access all these elements from the HTML, the H1, this drop-down list, and also this button using the JavaScript. So var timer equal to document.get element by ID. Get element by ID, it's IDS timer. This is the first one, and we are going to do the same for the rest, for hour, for minute, for second, for AM, PM, and for button. So I'm going to change these two hours, this one to minute and this one to seconds, and this one to hour, minute, second, and PM, and also this one to start, stop. So we're done with this one, and here we have to change these two hours. Remember, these are IDs that I accessed: hours, minutes. And also I want to tell one thing, that when you set an ID to something, you don't need to access them like that, but I just do to don't make you confused. And AM, PM, and the last one is the start and stop. So we're done with this one. Now we need some variables to save some value inside them. I declare it right now. Maybe you didn't understand why I declared these numbers, but when we code, you will understand, and I will tell why we use. I will point to the variables and tell that we use it here. So I'm going to save the current time, and also the alarm element, which is hour, minutes, seconds. It's a few hard to talk and also type. And also we need an active element, active alarm, to understand if it's alarm or not. By default we set it to false. So, and the other one is a sound, which it will be play when the time reaches a specific time. So I call it var sound equal to new audio, and this audio is going to hold a value which is alarm dot mp3. Its format is mp3. So I wanted it be repeat over and over again to wake up as from the deep dreams equal to true. This line of code is going to repeat the sounds over and over again. As you know, loop is going to play or do something repeatedly. So we're done with this one. Now we have to create this cute timer. So let me first show you how our forms will look like, and forms, not our HTML. And now if I refresh, our HTML and CSS are looking like that, and in JavaScript we just accessed them, we did nothing yet. So now I'm going to create the timer that you saw here. So that timer was I'm going to create a function for a function show time, and this is going to show as the time. It takes no parameters, and now I need to declare the current and declare the date object, which we can access the current time of the PC. Now equal to new date. Propose me of yeah, and now we need to save it in the current time. The current time is this variable, current time. So am I right? Type it right? No. Why? Actually this one is wrong. Current time. Current time equal to, we save the current time to the current time. Now dot to local time string. I feel too lazy to type it. This is going to take the current time for you, the current time of PC. I mean 12:03 is going to take this one. So now we have the current time now. So we need to put it in a something to be display on our web page. We select each one here to represent that each one ID was timer dot in the text content we are going to set the current time. So I guess I'm typing so slow and talking so slow. Now if I call these functions show time, and now it's going to display as the time, but it won't be. Why it didn't work? Oh, I didn't link the JavaScript with this one, so here I'm going to link the JavaScript with this one. A script, the file name was alarmclock.js. Now if I go to the browser, refresh, and you will see the timer here, but it's not moving and not counting, so we need to call set timeout to this one to can repeat over and over again. So set time out. The set timeout takes two parameters. The first one is the functions that we want to call, and the other one is the time that we want it to be called. So I save it, and now if I go to browser, you will see we have a counter here, a timer which is count. So we're done with this one, and after that we have to set the numbers to these drop down list. As you see here are nothing. So how we can set those numbers to this? Make care that we have a 59th number for seconds and also for minutes. So I'm going to create one functions with different parameters for these drop down lists. So I call it function. I have some problem with in that I can type at minute and second. So, and it's take an ID. I call it ID. Now we need to declare a variable to point to this ID, and now we have to declare another variable which show the time for us, 59. What I type now. I'm going to declare a for loop. This for loop is going to put everything to our timer. Whenever I loop through, put I equal to 0 till I is less than or equal to minute. If that I is less than or equal to minute, increment to I. So it's going to repeat it till it's less than 59. Now here is so awesome. We point to the select, and after the select it's options. Now inside the options, this is going to take a parameter which is a number, and it's going to be count from 1 to 59 but dynamically. So how can I do that? Select dot options dot length. This is going to take the length of that, and after that we need to declare a new object, options, objects with its options. Now inside this one we need to declare a simple conditions which I will declare. I will explain now. Whenever I was less than 10 and this was true, see, programming is so easy. Whenever I was less than 10 and this was true, this question is marked, means that this was true. Put an I, put a 0 at the left side of the number and concatenate it with that number if it was less than 10. So else just put the I. Now we're done with this one, and if I go to here and call this at min and seconds and put its ID to seconds, it's going to put the numbers inside the what happened? Seconds. Did I access the hours, minutes, seconds, and here ID should be seconds. This is a common mistakes that all programmers do. So maybe I didn't save it. Oh, what happened? And did I call this functions? Yes, call ID. Select options. Select dot options dot length equal to options. Oh, sorry, this one is option. This is an object. Sorry, people. Now we have this number for the seconds. After that, we need to put for minutes too, and we didn't need to declare another function. Just call it with difference arguments. Now I'll put the minutes here, and after I save it, go to the browser, we have numbers for minutes and seconds. Now it's time to put numbers for hours, and as you see, we have 59 numbers here. So it's time to add numbers to the hours. I called a function, and I didn't call I declare functions. After that, I call it add hour, and after this we're going to put an ID like before to this. So it's so same to this one. I don't want to make it like that. I'm just going to copy and paste this one. After we copy and paste, just put it here, paste it, and change its name to add hour, and after this just put this one to 12 because we have 12 numbers here, and if it was less than 10 it's going to put a 0 at the right side of it, else it's going to put the number. So now we have to call this functions add hours, and its parameter is going to be hours. Now we're done with this one, and if I save it, go to the browser, refresh, we have all the numbers and needs for hours, minutes, and seconds. So now we're going to dive in its fun part, which is creating or setting alarm to add to its alarm whenever it clicks. So for more readability, I'm going to copy these from here, actually and paste them here. Now we have a few clear codes. I'm going to say that whenever this button clicks, takes these numbers, save in a variable, and compare that variable to the timer. As simple as this. So I say start and stop dot on click. It's on its on click we are going to call a function. This function is anonymous, so we're done with this one, and now we have to type conditions for it, which it's an if. Whenever the active alarm was equal to false, that means that the button is clicked, and we want to this drop down list be disabled. So I say hours dot disable it equal to true. It's going to disable this one. So if I refresh and set the button, and you will see that now it's disabled. We're going to do the same for minutes, seconds, and also the AM and PM. Minutes, the other one is seconds, and this one is AM, PM. We're done with this one. Now if I go to the browser, refresh, we will see that it's due for this. So after that, we are going to take these values whenever this button clicked. So how can we do that? Remember, we declared a variable we call it alarm element, and I told that it's going to save the values of hours, minutes, and seconds, AM and PM. So I say hours dot value. It's going to take the value of hour and the value of minute dot value. The other one is going to be the seconds dot value, and the other one is going to be the AM, just a space, AM and PM dot value. So we're done with this one, and now we have the values from these. So after that, we are going to change this value to set from the set alarm to clear alarm. So how can we do that? We just say this is going to point to the parents, which is parents is here. This button, its ID is as the same as the object of that. This dot text content equal to clear alarm. And now we're done with this one. So we change that one to, and now we have to set the active alarm to false. To is going to active that one. To actually to true, not to false. Active alarm equal to true. Now it's done. So we have this value from here, and it's going to work like this. So now we have to compare this time to this one. So we are going to do that in the functions of show. Here is our show functions, and here I want to type a simple if a statement to it's going to compare that one to this one. It's going to compare the current time to the alarm elements which took from those drop down lists. And if this was true, it's going to play as a sound, which this sound, where is it? Here. It's going to play this one. How can we play that? Just by calling the functions of play. So save it, go to the browser, and I hope I didn't make any mistakes. Now if I go to set this one to 12 and 16, actually 17, and after that 10 seconds, so PM. If I click on alarm, it's going to play a sound whenever it reaches to 12, 17, 10 seconds. Oh, actually the sound is played, but here it's it's played right now. So yeah, we're done with this one, but it's not going to, oops, sorry, it's not going to be it's not going to be disabled. It's going to play forever if you didn't refresh your browser or your PC then off. So we need to set an else statement for this one. So how can we set this else statement for this? It's so easy. So we are going to set a else statement for this, where I can set the else statement. Here I put the else statement. So this else statement is going to clear the alarm. I just put the else and open up the curly brackets. After this, it's going to enable the hours dot disable it equal to false. And now this one is going to set why it's wrong. What's that error? Should I type it here? I'm a few confused. Yeah, this inside this function it should be. Sorry. Now hours for minutes, for seconds, for AM and PM. Programming is so easy. You just need to be patient. Minutes, and this one for seconds, and the last one is going to be for AM and PM. AM, PM. Now we're done with this one, and we wanted to stop that sound. So how can we stop that one? Sound dot pause. Yes, we're going to pause that sound. Now we're done with this one, and I want to set this button to the set alarm again. This dot text content is going to be set alarm, and now we're done with this one. Here we go. And at the end we need to put the active alarm to the false, and we're done with this, and hope you enjoy. And I'm now going to test it again. So the timer to it is going to be 12 and 20. 20. We are already 20, and after that set it to 40 to reach to a specific time. Come on, that's run faster than us. So if it reached to 46, it's going to play that sound for us to wake up us or alarm it now. And if I click on clear, it's going to clear that one. Here we go. So this was from our alarm clock. If you enjoyed, if you understand, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also share if you like. So you can develop this alarm clock, and if you develop it, I want you to create a drop-down list, more than one drop-down list. You can set multiple alarm time. So this was from this, and hope you enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye.